Alrighty, there we go. This is going to be another short one, just 1 hour, but get the stuff done. Okay, so what are we looking for the body here? I think we need to figure out a better color. Maybe we can do a matte type of finish, but the cracks are going to be much more pronounced. Ooh, okay, let's try chip paint. Paint old. Oh yeah, okay, that's much more distributed. Let's work with this. Oh, saving. Okay, this wood at the bottom is way too saturated. We need something, something more desaturated. Which means we could achieve this, I think, with another blend layer. Let's set this to, man, the pop-up appears in the other screen. Let's do saturation, and then by adjusting transparency, we can adjust how much color it's losing. I believe that by moving it, yeah, okay. Moving it up and down doesn't do anything because it only uses the horizontal axis to determine the saturation level, which means here, this should control multiplication. Okay, now we don't want this to control the height. Normal, roughness, or metallic. And then same thing with this one. Those properties should be preserved from the original map. Okay, that works, but we are going to do another layer. We are going to give it a black mask. The color is going to be the lightest color here. And then the black mask, we can use gun edges on the mask. And then the color is going to be brightened up. There we go. That gives us nice corner damage. Might have to do triplanar projection. Actually, that has to be on the mask. Can we do triplanar here? Okay, and there we go. Nice. And then by playing around with the global balance, okay, increase the severity. This should really be more orange. And give it negative height. Give it more roughness. Usually scuff marks are desaturated because I suppose, you know, the damage, the heat from the damage or whatever discolors the wood. We can walk that back a little bit. Contrast. Oh yes. If we have the high contrast, it tends to make a really strong effect. Oh yeah. There we go. That looks awesome. Okay. Which means I might be able to do the same thing on the body. Let's see. We have the base color. We're going to duplicate that base color. We're going to make it a tiny bit lighter. Give it gun damage. Okay. Triplanar texture. Here as well. Balance. And then reduce the contrast. Actually, in this case, maybe we want to keep it this way. Okay, but we have this metal on top of it, and that metal makes it, I think it overpowers these scratches, which these aren't supposed to be scratches, really. Let's do something about this armor. Ah, okay. Okay. Now maybe this could work if we improve the complexity. Let's do this. Let's add this to a new group, give it a black mask, and then overlay another mask on top of it. Yeah, paint old. Maybe we can do this one instead. Okay, so we got two masking effects on top of one another. I think over here I might have to add a paint layer, paint channel, and do a little bit of corrections. There's too even of a distribution for all of these faces. Let's see. What can we do here? I want to do the opposite. I want to do no color. So removing them. There we go. Now, I need to right click. There we go. So I'm just going to go over some locations. You can see, break up the repetition. Maybe predominantly in the middle of the panels. Okay. Alright, maybe we can also do the same thing with this other scratch set. Paint. Okay. The same thing here. There will be other stuff to add, so I think we can work with this. We like this base color. It's very green. Maybe we can go with something like this, a bit more bluish. Sure creates contrast with the orange red wood. Not sure if we really want that. Cool. You can always go into the wood and tone down. What is this? Brightness, saturation. Let's take this, reduce saturation a bit, and then brightness. I don't want this thing to stand out too much. Okay, nice. What's next? Next, Let's add some dust. This is going to highlight the edges. Dust occlusions. Okay, that's going to highlight the contours. Maybe we can keep this dust outside. So it covers everything, not just the body. Okay. Let me try one more thing. And let me see if I can pull this off. We're gonna do rust, so this will have full roughness, non-metallic. Interesting. Fascinating. Can we make this replace the base color, metallic? Let's do roughness. Replace. That's weird. Okay. Let's see if I can do something about the contrast. Increase the contrast, which causes the rust to recede further into the crevices. There we go, that's what I want. Except we don't want it 100% everywhere. We do need to dial off the contrast a little bit. I do want it to be rich. I don't want it to be overpowering though. Let's try this. We'll make this have a larger level, which makes it more prominent. We'd have to pick the contrast up. Height, I suppose that's fine. We're gonna make a folder group rust, deposit this here, and then do an additional mask, which would make it not appear everywhere. Okay. Cool. Interesting. This is supposed to be purely in the body. It's not supposed to be in the plate. So we're going to go into the height of the plate and tell it to replace, so that the plate entirely replaces all of the height information. Okay. I'm going to do a quick amendment to the model. have some vents. Okay. Oh, never mind. I thought I applied scale. I did apply scale. Interesting. Mm-hmm. That is completely bored. What the heck? Now it's the disproportionate scaling, isn't it? I have to do this. I mean, that could technically work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Now this is something that we can unwrap without disturbing the rest of the object, I believe. So I'm gonna select this, and then select everything. There we go. U, Smart View Project, wrap, and then with this selected, fixed scale. No, back to others. There we go. Nice. You can see that's gonna just use all the other available space. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be enough space, but I guess we'll see. And then export. Import mesh. Nice. I'm gonna do a quick bakey bake. Like selected textures. Delicious. Alright. These look like they inherited the glass. These should not be inheriting the glass. Okay, that actually looks kind of cool. Should we make it a part of the body? Let me do this. Remove mask. Interesting. Maybe not. Definitely not going to be part of the glass, but it would have to be its own thing. That looks interesting. Let's add an additional layer here. Duplicate. This is going to be slightly darker. Paint old. And as a matter of fact, it's also going to be rougher. There we go. Balance that out. This actually makes me think that maybe the body should be a little bit glossier. I think that might actually work. Okay. Let me also go into the vents. We're going to make it so that it darkens as it goes inside. So, very rough. Metallic. Dust occlusion. There we go. Looks relatively okay from the outside. It's pretty dark on the inside. So the dust would have to be above this as well, so that we have that even coating of dust everywhere. Nice. The glass, we'll have to place it up top. Glass is kind of tricky, because we want it to be partially visible, but we also want to have some dirt on top of it. So, how do we handle the dirt? Do we just apply dust plastic over the opacity? That might be it. And then this one's going to have full opacity. Okay. Let's Let's take care of this lid. Tape lid. Keep pressing Ctrl J because that's how you duplicate a layer in Krita. Sand dust. Oh boy. Okay, yes. Can we get some scale on that? Subtle scratches. Okay. I mean, actually, hold on a sec. This might work on this one. But the way we work with this is it's gonna stay more or less the same color, but roughness. Roughness is gonna be the differentiating factor. Okay, nice. This we need actual scratches, but very small. Okay, very small. Can we make this smaller? If it's not as contrasting, it's a bit darker, maybe we can work with this. Pop into the body real quick. Scratches. This. And ease up on the height here. Okay. Let me do a paint layer with some effects, some normals or stamps. What can we do here? These are the default normals. Ah man, I have to re-import all of the normals, all of the stamps again. Dang it. This takes forever. Okay, we're only gonna do normal stamps here. No other information. And then right. No alpha. Still can't do multi-plane mirroring here. I'm sure we can do it in the latest version of Substance, which of course I don't have. Whatever feature you want is always in the version you don't have. The rule of thumb. That's how it is. Okay. That is... Oh no, that's on the body as well. Oh no, that's on the tape lid, that's why we don't see it. Okay. Guess we'll just do normals. Okay, let's do some screws. Let's do screws on a separate layer. Because we actually are going to involve color, metallic, and roughness. And we also need an alpha. Okay. I think a reset button would be super useful here. It would technically be a lot faster if I were to just go to brushes, select the hard brush, and then redo my maps. Like, what is this? What is the name of this shape? Not just shape, is it? Shape inky. Maybe it's this one. Okay. Here. That surface. Which one do we go with? This one. Ah, it preserved. That's good. That seems to be fairly centered. It seems entirely unnecessary. You see, we've got these screws, but we also have beveled edges everywhere. So, how does this panel get attached specifically? We don't have like a seam. Is there any point in making it a seam? Separate this piece so it's in place but separate piece of geometry. So when I do this, it just goes Round and round. Yes, nice. I'm gonna do this. Extrude along normals. And now that is effectively a slit across which this front panel sits. Now, am I going to need to remap this, or are we going to be lucky enough? Let's see. Yes. Alright. We technically did not create any new faces. We simply subdivided the ones that were there. Okay, alright. Let's bake this thing up so it knows that the slits are there. Okay. Ah, nice. Ah, yeah. Look at that. So we now have a seam that goes all the way around, which now explains why there's a bunch of screws out front. Doesn't go down there, but that's okay. It does not have to. Nice. Okay. Now these things do need to have their own color. So we're gonna do color for normals, and we didn't do this directly on the normals layer because it's a pain in the butt to adjust the coloring of elements. But I'm pretty sure there is a simpler way to do it. So we can do stuff like this. Maybe go to the brushes, pick a smoother brush, basic soft. There we go. Actually, see, this is the problem. If I wanted to make it a different color, I have to repaint it, or I have to use a color altering effect filter. Alternatively, I could just apply this paint using a fill layer and just paint the mask, which means I could adjust the fill layer to a different color, easily swap out and test around with the different color options. Nice. Okay. Now I do think that that might be a little bit too bright, so, you know, this is where we have to do our, filter. HLS, I think that's what I don't want to create a contrast point. As a matter of fact, the roughness needs to be adjusted as well. Might have to be this again, except over roughness. That. Still think it's the fact that it's orange makes it pop in front of the green. Okay, cool. I'll look for normals. I'm gonna do a darker color. Just a different hue. There's a bit of a mismatch in UVs there. That is the, well, that's smart TV projection for you. It is what it is. Okay. We're gonna do metallic. Yeah, I need the pen for this. Mm-hmm. Now, here's what we can do. We have our normals. We're going to give it an anchor. Anchor. There we go. Norms. And we're going to go into the dust. It has a dirt mask. We're going to give it the normal anchor. And then enable normal data. And then the reference channel is going to be the normal channel. As you can see now, it is depositing dust everywhere, except it's looking way too reflective. Ah, well that makes sense, because I don't think this is the right dust. No, it technically is. Interesting. It's messing with the reflectiveness of these objects. I think we might have to do a separate lid-only dust occlusion. Let's see. Vents, screws, normals, and then tape lid. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the normals under the tape lid. This is another benefit of doing color on the separate channel. If I were to do this color and normals on the separate channel, the moment I drop this down here, I lose all the color data from these details. So keeping it separate definitely helps. All right, let's get to this thing. New layer, dust. Huh. Just testing something. Okay. That looks cool. Roughness. Okay. Now, dust occlusion, which gives us dirt. Yes. We will tell this to use the anchor, to use the normal data, and then here enable the micro normal. That's basically what I was trying to reach. The deposit of dirt in all the crevices. Okay. I'm hearing a bunch of crackling noises coming from hardware that should not be making crackling noises. Interesting. Okay. Well, it all kind of works out. So the only thing we have left is this side panel. I'm pretty sure we'll have to come back and deal with the glass again. Oh yeah, and the reels inside. Okay. Side panel. Is the side panel a separate piece of geometry? Nope, it's a part of the body. Okay. Got it. Black mask. The black mask is gonna have to apply itself to this mesh. Oh, that's a face. Ah, okay. That's a bit of a problem. Okay. That's fine. Let's do the following. Take this. Pop, 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 pop. Separate. Side panel. Okay, so now remove mask. Then there we go. Side panel is the only one we want. And off we go. Mobile balance. That's quite a lot. Alright, I think that should be good. Save this, and in the next one we can push this out to the project. Get it exported. Oh god, I am missing the export preset. Gonna have to remake that one from scratch. Oh boy. Okay, cool. That's it. Cool beans. Thanks for lurking, I guess.
I know you're there.
Alright, and we'll continue in the next one.